What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Misplay Mafia podcast. I'm Matthew Jambois, here finally, once again, with my co-host, Austin DeJulian. Austin, how's it going?
Going good. Yeah, work pulls me away sometimes, and I can't always record during the week.
Yeah.
But this week is different. We're back.
No, the pod has definitely missed you. Juwan has some big shoes to fill in whenever you're not here.
He's killing it.
So we're glad to have you back for sure. So
I was excited to listen about was it Darkrai last week? I was on the flight and I was like, all right, they're cooking something. Juwan's really cooking. Probably burning some stuff, but it sounds cool.
We'll have to see. I think it's just a one of in Dark Box. I don't think it's anything past that. But he's over here. He thinks it's an archetype, so we'll let him be him. But on this week's episode, we're really just here to recap the Prague regional that happened this weekend. It was the first regional that took place in the post-rotation world. Kind of give our thoughts on the results, some things that kind of came out of it, and yeah, just talk about some of the things that we've been up to recently as well. So, Austin, what's been your experience with the post-rotation world?
So my, I guess, playing, testing, training for NAIC has come down to like picking a deck and spamming it for a week, just as much as possible. So last week, against my will.
No, come on, not against your will.
It was against my will. Cam recommended I play Raging Bolt, and I was like, I'm not gonna call it Raging Bolt. It's definitely just like Ogerpon and like Bolt's there. It's not like a Terror Box deck. I mean, Raging Bolt is an attacker in the deck, but so I played it on ladder. It felt good. I mean, there are auto losses, but you know, you're just a fast deck, so it's fun. And then we had a cup this weekend, so I got to play it at the cup, and I did do well at the cup. Came away with a dub. It's the last cup win for me for the season. Capped out on cups and challenges, so now I'm just kind of cruising, play testing, waiting for NAIC. So with rotation, I just think grass is in the best spot it could ever possibly be in. So if you're a grass enjoyer, congrats. There's like 4 different decks for you, and they're all decent. But I wasn't enjoying rotation at first. I thought it was really stupid. Now it's like slowed down. You kind of know what to expect a little bit. There's not as much craziness, and it's gotten better. I think it'll really be good next format whenever we get red card. The Beedrill deck will be whatever, Greninja will be whatever, but the red card will definitely help out a ton. But Matthew, what about you? How you like in rotation?
So I have not touched a single game of live since rotation. Nice. Life has not been the smoothest for me to actually sit down and play some. But I did actually get to play in the cup, so it was nice that to play alongside you guys once again. Feel like that's a rare occasion these days. But yeah, really I needed the cup. I needed to get 4th place at the cup to get my ace trainer for the year. I was at 179, so I was only 21 points short of the ace trainer. And I was looking at the calendar, and this was like the last weekend in April, so I'm looking at May, and every weekend in May is booked up. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh crap. So I'm like, this is my only chance. This is like my last chance to get my ace trainer. Either I hit it here or I whiff and I have to, suffer basically. Played Raging Bolt. It was, or I guess the same build that you're on. I guess it's more of a slot box, right?
Yeah, y'all's is a little different. I did a 1 Terra, like a 1 Wellspring Water, and a 1 Clefairy, 1 Psychic. Mason thought I was insane. I was fine. It didn't feel bad. Well, I mean, if I prize it, I prize it. But he felt a lot safer doing 2 Clefairy, 2 Psychic, and 2 Water and a Wellspring.
Yeah,
he just wanted to maximize his outs, I guess.
And it felt fine. It didn't feel bad. It does feel really bad when you don't get into the wellspring in the early game. Then you just kind of have that junk in your deck. But at the same time, there's still energies. You can crisp into them and discard them off of a bolt, that type deal. And that's usually what ended up happening. Or oftentimes, like, there was a lot of Dragapults in the field, so I would just crisp in that water energy, water psychic to a Clefairy and swing if I needed to.
Our cup was, I think we had 12 players, and half of them were Dragapult.
It was crazy.
Which is funny because our locals doesn't play Dragapult but me.
Yes.
Well, I guess Ramon plays Dragapult.
Ramon does play. But yeah,
So,
I hit
very weird.
3 Pults, like, back to back to back. Lost round 1, and then won round 2 and round 3. And then round 4, I actually had to leave. I had to go to work. And so I was like freaking out because I was like 2-1-1's not making top cut, which, crazy enough, 2-1-1 would have made top cut. Very strange. There was no ties that entire challenge or that entire cup. So 2-1-1 would have made it had I ID'd, but I ended up hitting Ireland. You shout out to Ireland. She's been on the pod a couple times, not physically, but from stories. But I hit Ireland, who's a teammate of ours, and she was playing the Mega Diancie Dusknoir deck, which is and against Raging Bolt, that's an auto loss for her. So she just went ahead, scooped the match to me, put me at 3-1, which then did not guarantee me top cut because I needed one of the other 3-1s to lose. And sure enough, Alec came in clutch, taking care of business on that one, beating one of them. So it allowed me to get my 4th place finish, even though I was not there to actually receive my 4th place finish.
Yeah, it really came down the wire. I think even if y'all ID, that would be bad because Ireland got 5th.
Yeah, Ireland's resistance was higher than mine, so if we would have ID'd, it would have put her in over me.
Yeah, that actually would have been bad. So
yeah, so her scooping was the only way I got it.
If Alec and I forgot his name. Shoot, oh my goodness,
Tucker.
Yes, if Alec and Tucker both would have won, that would have really rocked the Masters.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because for some weird reason. So there was 3.
On a roll, dude.
There was 2 2-1s going into the last round. Or no, there was 3 2-1s going into the last round. And 2 of them hit the seniors, and then I was the only one that did not hit the seniors. And so I immediately thought that my resistance was going to be better simply because I didn't hit the kids. But that ended up not being the case. And if Alec would have lost, it would have put those 2 Masters over me. With Tom being the way it was. So shout out to Alec for keeping my dream alive. I definitely owe him that and winning that. But yeah, the Mafia ended up taking that cup completely in all divisions, except for the juniors because we don't have a junior on the team. But But yeah, so Alec took the seniors, and then Austin, you took the masters. So it was really nice to see the Mafia still having a giant presence at our local scene for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got the Ace Trainer on lock, so now I get to relax a little bit.
Yeah, now we party on the Go side, dude.
Dude, that's stressing me out. Hold on, let me go on my Pokemon Go rant here for a second because Pokemon. I've learned
sure everybody loves Pokemon Go. They're gonna love to hear about it.
Oh, look. I'll timestamp it for if you don't want to hear about this Pokemon Go rant. But Pokemon Go is the stupidest competitive game out there. So Pokemon Go, they have this internal rating system with the stars. And you either get like a 1-star, a 2-star, or a 3-star, and then like you get like the emblem around it turns red if it's like maxed out or whatever. So you would think having a maxed out Pokemon would be really good for competitive play. That's where you're wrong. That is completely where you're wrong. In this stupid game of tapping your phone and swiping little energy symbols, you need a Pokemon with 0 attack and maxed out health and defense because of how the game developers just completely brainwashed their game. into being the stupidest thing. So I've probably have had some competitive mons that I have now transferred.
Oh, for sure.
And all the competitive mons that I have built are now garbage. And because I've wasted candy, I've wasted Stardust, I'm like, great. So now I have to go re-get all this stuff and hopefully find, whatever good fortress I need out in the wild. So
is there trading? Like,
there is.
You have people you can trade. Like,
there is trading, but here's the issue with the trading. So let's say, Austin, you have exactly what I need. Corviknight's really good in Pokemon Go. So you have you have a perfect Corviknight that I need. All right. Okay. Whenever you trade it to me, it re-rolls the stats.
Okay, this is stupid.
So even the trading is not guaranteed. It is the dumbest thing. I'm like, so I'm convinced the Pokemon Go is not actual skill for the most part. It is all about
just grinding
and who finds the best Pokemon out in the vast world. It is so dumb.
The top 8 is probably just the top 8 players that actually grinded their actual Pokemon.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be. Now, here's the thing. Am I still going to try? Yes, I made a promise that I would still try. So am I grinding out and resetting from square one, trying to figure out how to even make a team? Yes, I am.
So y'all play 8 rounds, right? Like it's like the same amount of rounds?
No, brother, it's double elimination.
Oh my god. It's okay. I was gonna say your goal should just be have a better record than someone in the TCG. Which is not hard knowing our track record. Like one of us can 0-3 drop easy.
Oh, like, I mean, yeah.
So
but yeah, no, so it's a double elimination. You play in the winner's bracket until you lose, then you move down into the loser's bracket. And from there on you have to
win out.
You have to win out. Shit. Yeah. It is. So I'm probably going to go 0-2 and call it a day and go play sides. But again, I made a promise that I would actually try. So I'm going to hold to my promise, hopefully.
No, I definitely think you can get a dub. You can get one dub for sure.
It's going to be a no-show. It's going to be somebody who couldn't get into the TCG.
That's fine. We take those.
Oh, yeah, we take them for sure. You know what's funny? I've been to, I think, 7 or 8 majors now, and I've never gotten a no-show.
I've gotten one once. But it was the round after, like, you could drop, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it was like round 5 or 6, and, like, they whiffed or whatever. So they just didn't drop. They just didn't show up or whatever.
Nah, it happens.
That's the only time. I've never been in contention with the drop.
That's
like with a person not show up. That'd be sick.
You've never had a round 1 no show?
No, I wish. I've been praying. NAIC's my turn, dude.
It's crazy because I think like everybody else has gotten one, and I'm like, when's it my turn?
I know Gavino has not made his round 1 twice. But that doesn't affect my run.
No. We don't claim him on the team. All right, Mafia got to show up for round 1.
No, yeah, we're on time. We're cordial. We make it.
Yeah, we're on time. I want that time stamped as well for future reference.
Yeah. At Jawan.
At Jawan and fam for scaring me half to death in Houston. They walked it. So round 1 starts at 8:30. And they walked through the doors at 8:30. So
they were ready.
Yeah. I don't remember if they all won their round or not, but that's.
I know Jawan did because I was walking over to the group and everybody was talking about their first round wins. I was like, "Yeah, I lost a Flareon. How's it?"
Oh yeah, I hit a Ceruledge. I was fine.
Oh my goodness.
But enough about Houston. That is long gone in the past in an officially dead format. And we now have some brand new analytics to look at, a brand new format. This is the first time really diving in this and taking a look. So let's go ahead and switch over to Limitless. And we see here, even on the Limitless homepage, it's already updated with the top decks. And Limitless does rank this based off of points. to nobody's surprise, we see Dragapult EX ranking the number 1. And then number 2 does surprise me a little bit because it was not on my radar, but we see a Crustle. And then go down, we see Mewtwo. There's a bunch of the grass that Austin was talking about with the Ogerpon Meganium and the Festival lead. We see Garchomp finally making a splash with all the Cynthia's Pokemon. And then everything else has kind of been around for a little bit. I mean, I do see a Mega Starmie down here, but everything else kind of nice. Just so where does this ranking come from? Well, it comes from Prague. We'll take a look at Prague's metagame first. Looking at the metagame, obviously the most played deck in the room was Dragapult. Austin, on the ladder, is there a lot of Dragapult?
There is. Almost every other game is a Dragapult game. If you need Dragapult testing, just play live. They're playing it. They're playing all their variants. I've got the grouping on, so it groups everything up, and we're almost at 31% Dragapult for the tournament, encroaching that Lugia V-Star number at the 32% for that one regional. So Dragapult's here. Better know how to play against it or just play the deck.
Yeah,
honestly,
absolutely. So with the turning the variant grouping off, we see that straight Pult was the most played, and then it goes down into Chicken Pult or Blaziken Dragapult, which this weekend was my first time playing against that, and that deck is scary. That deck is actually scary. With Blaziken just being able to accelerate the energy from the discard pile onto the Dragapult, you're thinking, I'm like me not practicing as much. I'm still in the headspace of, they don't, if I wipe off their 1 energy on board, well, now they're struggling. That's not the case anymore with the Blaziken. So definitely a big adjustment there. And then we even see that Dragapult Dusknoir kind of took a hit. People saying it's not the best variant anymore, down to almost a 5 or down to a 5% meta share, which is kind of crazy. So how is Chicken Pult?
It's my favorite way to play it. I don't think it's the best way. I think straight Pult, and I think a lot of people thought that straight Pult would be the best way to play it going into it. I just like Blaziken because, as I'll mention every podcast until rotation, I'm tired of grass. I hate it. So I want my fire guy to help me out any way possible. I think the newest way, though, we'll take a look at it when we see the first place list. This new version that pro players were onto before anybody else, I think that might be the best way to play it for sure. Might be better than straight Pult with the Dunsparce.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead. Since we're talking about Dragapult, we can't not talk about it. Just with the standings of this event. So this event was won by Mateus. I'm not going to try to say his last name because I will butcher it. But Mateus was on Dragapult the Dunsparce. Taking a look here at his list, we see the 443 Dragapult. That's the standard. But now using the Dunsparce draw engine as a way to help you see extra pieces. We see the Dunsparce EX, which we'll talk about here in a second. We see double Monkey Dory instead of just like the standard one. And then we see just one Badoo. And one other key thing to point out is the A spec. The A spec of choice here would be Hero's Cape. Austin, why Hero's Cape?
I don't know. I just think they don't want to die. I really can't think of another reason. I've seen really cool things just playing against this deck on live where, with them not playing Pheasantipity, they're not playing Meowth. They can go to a just one Dragapult, board state. But if it's one Dragapult with full health and a cape, I mean, that's a lot of health. For 420 health is hard to go through. And if your opponent needs 2 prizes and the only thing left is a big Dragapult, that's kind of hard to go through. So I've seen that be kind of like their thing. I think Unfair Snap is kind of a fraud. I think it's very good in a sense of like there's no hand disruption in the format. Judge and the clown are not that great. So you would think, okay, A spec's gonna be really, or unfair is gonna be really, really good as the A spec, but decks just have so much draw. You have your cloak draw, you have the Dunsparce draw, you have Pheasant Dippity draw. I mean, people are already playing more draw supporters because of unfair. So Mateus said, I don't need that card. That's useless. Give me a big old Dragapult. I'll be fine.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point with all the draw that's in format right now of why unfair is pretty bad. I played unfair stamp this weekend and I unfaired my opponent into a Meowth. So he just slapped down Meowth for Lily. And it was like, okay, my ace spec was just wasted.
Yep.
So definitely can see why you're putting unfair stamp on fraud alert.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wonder too, with the Dunsparces in the runaway draws, does the cape is it maybe for the Clefairies? Just so they can't one shot your Dragapults?
Oh, most definitely. Like that's gonna make it a lot harder of a time for anybody who just thinks, oh, my Clefairy will kill the Dragapult. It's not that simple. And then Clefairy is a free, knockout for them.
Yeah.
Because it's 190 HP.
Yeah.
So definitely really, really good for that.
And then even if you think you have knockout on their Dragapult, they could just say, no, you don't, with this Ace Roll as Mischief that's in here as well. Gosh, was my Charizard player just like on something whenever he?
No, that guy was insane. But I mean, as a one of, it's a cool little tech card. It's like a lot of people are playing 0-6. I don't hate that. I don't hate this Acerola. I think it's wacky for sure, but really cool. I'm curious how many times that card bailed him out of a game.
Honestly. Oh, absolutely. But it's also cool because like there's only either single prizes or or two prizes in this deck. So I feel like the chances of him getting off the ace roll is pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison to like maybe a mega deck where they're taking 3 prize knockouts a lot. I
don't even think that's the craziest card in the list. I think the craziest card is the Dunsparce EX.
Yes, the regional winning card. So regional winning that you could hear the audience gasp whenever in game 2 of the finals it got prized.
Yeah.
So why is that? Well, because the Dunsparce EX has this attack down here for 3 energy, destructive tail, does 150 damage, and it's a shred attack. So it goes through anything that your opponent may have put on their Pokemon or abilities that they may have saying they like can't be damaged. Well, Austin, there's one card in particular that says it can't be damaged by Pokemon EX.
That is Big Dog Crustle.
That is
Crustle, who had the insane showing for this regional. Everybody was on that Crustle tech. They knew about it. Had what was like a 40 or 50% conversion rate.
Give me 1 second.
It had a super good conversion rate. I think that one and Festival Lead, super high conversion rates.
Yeah, Festival Lead had a 41 conversion rate. Crustle had a 46.
Yeah, I mean, if you tell me that I've got a 50-50 shot of making day 2 by playing this deck, I'm probably going to play the deck.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, shout out to the Crustle player as well. Very cool list. I mean, there was 2 or 3 Crustles in ASIM?
There was 3, so yeah.
All different versions as well, like of different Crustle lists. It was very cool to see.
If my Wi-Fi would stop acting slow, I would love to show you the list.
I know the second place list had, because I watched, I believe, top 4, where Crustle was playing against Mega Starmie, and the Kangaskhan rolled 3 heads to knock out Mega Starmie.
Oh, that's wild.
So I've never thought about Mega Kang in Crustle. I love that in Crustle. That's cool. and also Cornerstone in there to help with Festival League because Festival League players stopped playing the Rillaboom for whatever reason. So Crustle takes a free matchup into that. You put up Cornerstone, they have no one that can hit you for like a big Oko or anything like that, but nothing they can't heal off in between turns. So yeah, very, very strong showing from Crustle. My boy Garchomp got his top 4. I did look at the match history for Garchomp. Don't think they hit a single grass deck. So that could be a big contribution of why they got top 4. But if they did hit one, I think they might have hit one and lost and hit another one and tied. But yeah, sometimes matchup roulette gods help you out. Make sure you just hit the nuts, I guess.
Yeah, matchup roulette is definitely a thing. I feel like it's even more so in this format. Because there's not a lot of strong decks. Like you have Dragapult, but then like anything past that, it's like Rocket's Mewtwo, for example. Rocket's Mewtwo is really good into the things it's really good into, i.e. Dragapult or Grimmsnarl or Zoroark, things like that. But it loses into everything else.
Yeah, and another reason why it's good now is because of how nerfed the format was by INO and Counter Catcher being gone. Yeah. So that makes me feel like it's not a good deck. Yeah. Like your deck's good now because everything else got worse. Yeah. It doesn't make me feel good about it.
Okay, but what does that mean about Garchomp?
Garchomp, I think Garchomp is the fighting deck. I think it has such a good Dragapult matchup. If you tell me I'm going to % of my game, that's good. Obviously, you need to know the Dragapult matchup. You can't just assume it's an auto win because they can definitely cheese you if they're a good player. But I don't think Lucario is as good as people are making it out to be. Just because so many people play Clefairy for Dragapult, or they have all their techs for Dragapult, it's easy like, oh, well, this also beats Lucario. That's nice. And I don't know, there's just not a Mega deck where I'm like, ooh, this one feels really good. It's like, why am I giving up 3 prizes when I can go play this other deck that gives up 2 prizes?
Yeah, I agree. Megas definitely aren't a deck right now. Could that change in the future? Maybe. But right now, I definitely agree. It's kind of just like a tech card is what it feels like. With like Lopunny or using the Kang as draw power. They're more just support, which is fine. But at the same time, as like a Mega enjoyer, I'm kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah, the best Mega right now is Kangaskhan.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't like Absol was up there, but now it's not even a deck really.
Let's see. Is there even a I don't even see a ranking for Absol Box. Oh wait, there it is. I lied. The highest placing Absol Box in the post rotation world was 172nd.
Yep, that's accurate. Like Typhlosion did better than that.
Yeah.
So what is that telling you? I mean, crazy.
Yeah, we had Typhlosion in 73rd. So definitely interesting to see how, like, you know, because before rotation, like if you didn't know how to play against Absol Box, you were probably going to lose to it. And now it's just losing some key cards is crazy how it changes the deck's rankings completely.
Most definitely.
One thing I do want to point out, just for funsies here, because I know we were both lovers of the deck. Honchkrow did get 28th. It got a top 32 finish.
Yeah, I think that deck's in a solid spot right now. You got a couple of bad matchups, but for the most part, you do really get into the meta. So, not surprised somebody top 32.
No, awesome. It definitely. If I was going whenever I was planning on going to Indy, Honchkrow was definitely what I was like eyeing up to play and like just learn it. like just spam games all the time, just because I do feel like without hand disruption being in the format right now, it is just it's solid. But yeah, let's see. Is my Wi-Fi finally acting back up or back to acting right? Or is it trashed? Could be trashed.
Shoot, I think mine's also trash.
Hold
on.
It could be
because mine wasn't working for like the last 20 minutes. I just gave up.
Oh, or is Limitless down?
No, I got it working now. Finally. There was something I was gonna mention.
I know.
Oh no, we talked about the conversion rates. That was like my biggest takeaway about this whole regional is just how good Festival League and Crustle were set up for this tournament. I don't think it'll be the same for Los Angeles. I think people will be a lot more respectful because people hate losing to Crustle.
People,
like I've heard,
yeah.
I mean, I've heard people literally say, "I teched my deck so I would not lose to Crustle today," and I'm like, "Okay, well then there you go."
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel that I would hate to lose to because with Crustle, it's either you sit down at the table and Crustle's either going to win really fast or it's going to lose really fast because they're going to realize that they're teched out for it. And that is a true game of matchup roulette. If you want to play matchup roulette, just play Crustle. Honestly. Yeah. But I do feel like Festival Lead is really good right now in the format if it can dodge all the Dragapults. Because that's such a rough matchup, and I've seen people, and I've even had conversations of it, and it's really, I think the only answer we have right now is you got to play the Rabska. Which just feels bad to an extent. But, and I mean, it's 2 cards you got to find in order to protect all your dudes. Otherwise, you just lose the Dragapult matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too terribly hard to set up. So, I think, plus you play a lot of recursion if it does get sniped. I think Festival League's really good. I would never play it because I think my mental would probably explode.
That's fair.
For playing a grass deck, but no, it's definitely positioned really, really good.
I think it gets better with the Book of Transformation. Kind of pulling off some, Thornton shenanigans. So that way you always have either your Rabska online for the matchup, or you have a quick way to get a Diplin back into the active spot. Or even at Thwacky for the Boom Boom Grove. Like, I feel like that deck just gets really good with Chaos Rising.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who's going to be playing the book. See what decks try to use it.
I definitely think Festival Lead will play it, and I could see Zam playing a copy of it as well.
Yeah, just decks that draw a lot of cards as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're already drawing so many cards, it's just nice having an item-based Thornton for free.
Yeah.
Dragapult's drawing a bunch of cards too. I don't see why not.
I can see it. I could also see Ogerpon Meganium, because sometimes if they knock out your lone Meganium, it kind of feels bad. But you Thornton back out a Chikorita, and with the stadium in play, you've got a Meganium immediately. So I could definitely see that as well.
Oh, I found what I was going to talk about.
Sweet.
There was one person who played, and I've never played this deck. I've played against it once on live, but they didn't set up, so I didn't really get to see what it does. Who played Hops Trevenant and got 63rd.
Okay, so I saw this too, and I was wondering how much of a deck this was. Hold on, let's see, will this open up? Let me share. Let me go back to my Limitless screen. All right, so walk us through this list. What does it do?
So the main takeaway is the Trevenant. So for one colorless, which if you know anything about Hops decks, you can just use like the tool to fulfill the energy requirement, so you don't have to worry about it. But for one colorless, it's 30 plus. If any of your house Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 100 more damage. Well, if you pair that with Snorlax, that's another 30. So that is 160. Then you put the Stadium out. Is that another 30?
It's
yep,
30.
that's 190. And then the Choice Band's another 30. So that's 220 for nothing.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
So a 220 revenge hit on a single prizer is very, very good. They played it with the Genesect. I'm starting to come around to Genesect. I might try to figure out if I can put it because I saw Alakazam was playing Genesect, and I don't know. I might start messing around with that card if I can in my list. But,
okay, hold on. But then you're just gonna say that like the only reason why is Zam plays Genesect is for Unfair Stamp, and if Unfair Stamp's on Fraud Watch, then why are we gonna play Genesect?
I don't want to get Prime Catchered.
Okay,
it's coming back.
Okay. Sure.
No, I don't know. I just like if somebody has their big card and they want to play it and I tell them no, I'm just excited about that.
I mean, true.
But Zacian's always been a good like go first attacker, spread damage. You got your Trevenants, you got Cram. So it seems. I mean, you got really good setup with telepathic energy to get your Phantoms. And of course they play Clefairy, so you're still gonna hit for weakness on the Dragon Pokemon.
Yeah.
But no, super sick deck, and they play 3 Hassel. So my full art Hassels that I found in my bulk will come in handy for this.
Yes. Every time I see Hassel, I have to reread it.
Yeah.
Because
that's his effect.
Because I always forget what he does. Yeah, no, I can definitely see how Hassel would be great in this deck. Because you're definitely I'll let you take 1 and then I'm gonna take 2 right back type deck.
Oh, for sure.
And which is kind of fun. I do love me a good single prize deck. For the most part, it's not full single prize, but it's close enough. We'll take it.
Yeah, it's fun. You get to do different things. If you're going against those like Alakazam or Festival Leagues, you have your Zacian to start, hitting early, spread damage. So that part's pretty nice.
Yeah. Just looking around, see Archaladon here still doing stuff. That's kind of interesting. This Archaladon list is running a Watchtower while also running a Meowths.
Yeah, it's kind of like the what was it, Pat to the Peak Mew?
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna do my thing and then turn you off.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely wacky. I did see that. Archaladon has been on my radar, but I don't think it's not there. It's like close, but not there yet. Would be really cool to see it get some more love, but Metal's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
The Resistance to Grass is nice. I would love to cook some Metal decks.
Yeah. Well, and with Felipe and the Metal Pokemon having no retreat cost, and with the special energy on top of Mega Skarmory, maybe there's something there. I would love to be able to like play Archaladon. I loved the deck before. I thought it was fun. Its biggest issue is just consistency. So
sure.
If there's a way, which Pokepad helps now, a little bit with it, but we'll just have to see if there's really a good way to play Archaladon, because I think it's a good card.
I think I saw in a City League today. Maybe I made this up. I'll check for 2 seconds. If it doesn't pop up, it doesn't pop up, and I made it up, and I'm a fraud.
Oh, well,
I thought I saw a really good Archaladon list, but maybe it was just in my mind and it didn't actually exist. Okay, yeah, this one doesn't exist. I saw it paired with like a different kind of, I don't know if it was Dun or what. It was like a different kind of draw, but it looked interesting. I don't know if that's going to be so far this week, since I'm playing a new deck every week. This week it was Garchomp, but I've already played Garchomp a good bit, so I'm probably going to just go ahead and transition to something else most likely grass decks are fraud.
Play Zam.
No, I literally tried that 2 weeks ago and I hated it.
Okay.
That was not for me. If you enjoy that deck and that style, it's a good deck right now. I'm not saying it's a bad deck. It's just not for me. I did not enjoy it. I don't want to have to count my hand every fucking 2 seconds. I don't know. That was a weird deck for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's really just like a Stadium War 2 against like Pult. They're just like, and all right, now I'm gonna bump and kill all your guys.
That's fair. Well, if you don't like grass, you're kind of.
I might try that Okie Dokie.
Oh my gosh! What?
I gotta give it a shot. The Okie Dokie Barbarical.
Yeah. Hold on. We're taking a look at it. Give me a second. I'm getting it pulled up.
That'd probably be what I try this week. It'll be that or Archaludon, even though Archaludon's not a deck.
Yeah, we've looked at this list before, or a list similar to it before. I don't hate it. I just don't. It's a single prize deck. That's all I can say that I like about it. I just think it's got too much going on, but I could be wrong.
It's got legs. And a bunch of arms.
It's got a lot of arms.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is, does it really have legs or does it just have arms?
But I haven't played it yet. Excited to try it. It'll be something different. Oh, this list has Blood Moon Ursalina. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give this one a go.
I'm gonna say, because otherwise, if you're so anti-grass, it's either play Pult, play Mewtwo, or play Slotbox. Really.
No. You forgot the best anti-grass deck.
Okay.
Typhlosion.
Brother.
Typhlosion is gas. Literally.
I don't think anybody's really thought about Typhlosion since Dango's out of format.
Typhlosion got a 70 something.
I know, but I'm talking about like as an actual.
So it pops up every now and then in city leagues, but that's it. Like, well, we haven't had tournaments in this format.
I think it's like one of those things, kind of like it's a local call. I don't think you would play it to a major.
What makes me want to play it to a major?
Dude, I think it's just a local call. Like, if you know your local scene is a lot of grass, like, I guarantee you, whenever Beedrill comes out, there's so many people I've talked to that want to be on grass. That is the time to play Typhlosion.
I've got it waiting in the wings right here on the side.
It should be.
It'll be ready.
It should be. Because so many people are hyped about Beedrill. I'm not gonna lie, myself included. But like, you just walk into that first cup of the new season, everybody's playing Beedrill. Here's Typhlosion.
Those Weedles are 50 HP.
Are they? Hold on, wait. Are they really?
Yeah.
No, you're scamming me. There's no.
I watched a YouTube video today. Shout out. I watched a lot of their content. They're funny.
Who was it?
Hitmonchan
You cut out.
Gaming.
Oh yeah,
like Hitmonchan or whatever. But they were doing. It was next rotation format. It was Beedrill versus Greninja, the new Greninja coming out.
Oh my gosh, never mind. Beedrill sucks.
Yeah, Beedrill's not. Dude, it's not that I'm a Beedrill hater, because like I think that like mechanic's like kind of cool or whatever. I'm just tired of grass. I think grass has got to go, and we need a good fire attacker, a good fire deck. Typhlosion's not it. So if we can find a good one, that'd be awesome.
Why is Weedle 50 HP?
Oh, because you can play Force Vitality and just go ahead and evolve.
I don't care. No, that's not okay. Yes, whenever I start a lone Weedle, but I will say at least Weedle can kill Badoo. Yes. For one grass energy, it does the 30 damage. So, man, never mind. That deck's chalked. It's bad.
Hey, I tried telling you.
You really did. I did not realize that the Weedle was 50 HP. Otherwise, I probably would have rethought it.
I hope it does well. I hope that and Greninja do well, just because it'll shake up the format, which will be nice. But we'll see.
You're not ready for my next pet deck. That's all.
I'm all ears.
Nobody's ready for my next pet deck, and I don't care how bad it is. I've already got a list cooking. Chinchino EX will win me something.
One moment.
I got it right here. I'll just read it to you.
I'll just go ahead and read me the weakness.
It's got a fighting weakness.
Sorry, Matthew.
It doesn't matter if they can't hit me.
They are gonna hit.
They can't. No, they just can't hit me, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
We need a supporter card that makes it where your opponent always flips tails.
No, just give me will, where I get to determine the next coin flip.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's will.
Give me
that card gives in format.
Yeah. Nah. This. I know. Like, I understand it's bad. Like, any coin flip, whatever is bad, and then 40 for each energy. So you're saying I gotta have 5 on it to even do 200 damage. That sounds pretty bad. I mean,
if you play with Meganium,
probably Meganium and Blissey to move the energy, the color swap, or do something. I don't know. I've got something weird going on with it in my head.
Is it a mega?
No, it's just a 2-prizer. And I mean, Blissey's with that 300 HP.
Blissey is big. That does make sense.
You could also run some ice cream cones with it, just because you're moving energies around like nonstop. So,
would you do like Crispin Monkey Dory or Meganium?
Probably with it only being 240 HP, I feel like I have to go with Meganium. I've got
a I'm cooking.
Okay.
Joltik.
Hold up.
Crispin. You play grass, lightning, and dark. You play Monkey Dory.
But what? But like, how are we doing the damage with the Risky Ruins?
They're not gonna one-shot Blissey or whatever the other guy's name is, Cincino.
I mean, I guess that's true. Huh? We could. I'm not opposed.
So wait, if they hit you for, it has 240.
Yeah.
If they hit you for 250 and you flip heads, it just does nothing. It doesn't like put you down.
No, it does nothing.
Oh, never mind. The monkey strat's over.
That's why I'm like, monkey's not good. But I was thinking go with Terapagos bull build for us in a sense too, so you could use trumpet and
Okay, now we're on to something.
Throw all your energies in the discard pile, trumpet them back on, then move them on to the Chinchino. That was kind of.
We play Smooch 'em.
We could play Smooch 'em. I don't hate the Smooch 'em.
I still think you could do one of those Smooch 'em or Joltik, and then do the Bouffalants.
Yeah.
The Crispins, the trumpets. I'm a fan of that. That sounds sick.
That's kind of what I'm thinking of. If anybody has any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below, because I really
trying to run these locals.
I'm just trying to flip heads, man. Like, I just don't want you to do any damage. No,
I just don't want you to actually hit me.
Just don't actually hit me.
That's funny.
But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. That's what I'm looking forward to in the future. I've already got my Japanese proxies and my Chinchinos. So I'll probably show up on Thursday with it built.
Nice.
Some version of it built, at least. But is there anything else from Prague that we need to cover? I would pull up more, but my internet's kind of being stupid.
No, that's basically the gist of it. Kressel and Fessolid and Alakazam showed up pretty big. The Garchomp deck was the second most played, I think, or was it two? It was like 2 Dragapult variants, and then there was a Garchomp. There's more Chomp than I thought there would be. I thought it would be Lucario as the second most played, but Lucario was like almost right there with Garchomp. Nothing else was that crazy. There was a Mega Starmie in top 4 that we mentioned, but I don't know how that got there.
No, let me tell you. So the stats for Mega Starmie is the wildest thing. There was no other Mega Starmie deck day 2'd besides the one that got top 4.
Yeah, that deck is insanely bad. I cannot believe they got their top 4. Congrats to them. Super sick run. Super jealous. But yeah, Bomb Starmie with the Dust Noise is an insane deck. I don't think it sees traction. If you want to play to your locals, go ahead and hand out some free wins to your opponents.
Yeah. Which also, speaking of free wins, Bomb Diancie, not good either.
Yeah, that one's sad. That one's actually a really fun one. If I was to play a Dusknoir pop deck,
it reminds me of Low Punny.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of my favorite decks, probably my most fun deck I've ever played. But it's not good.
Yeah, super fun, but you really have to. Your test of if a deck is good right now is it good in a Dragapult? And if you want to lose a Dragapult and beat everything else, I don't know what that deck is. So if you can tell me in the comments, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not can you beat Gardevoir, it's can you beat Dragapult now.
Can you beat 30% meta share?
That's the
that's nuts.
That's the world we're living in now.
Yeah. We'll see if Los Angeles is the same thing though.
Yep, so no major tournaments this weekend. Kind of sad. Kind of love to keep the hype going, especially with all the post rotation stuff. But Los Angeles is just 2 weekends away. Mother's Day weekend, so don't forget Mother's Day as well. Got to get your mom something. But definitely excited to see what comes of that, especially since people will have time to marinate and practice based off of the results from Prague as well. So definitely interested to see what people cook up. Some people have been, I think they're trolling on Twitter, but some people claim they have a list that beats Dragapult and everything else. So
no, they just like to rage bait. They do a really good job of that.
That's what I'm convinced is happening. But we shall see. We shall see. Is it just Twitter rage bait or is it legit? But I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the pod. Remember, make sure you like, share, comment, all the things. Really helps us out here with the pod. Appreciate it, y'all, every single week that listen. If you're new here, make sure you drop us a follow as well. And you can follow us over on X as well at misplay_mafia. You can follow myself at Daunted Break on X. And you can follow Austin at DigiDonutsPoke. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.